Hello, my name is Kristen with the Queen Anne's County Library, and I'm bringing you today's take-home kit, which is the paper Clover wreath. So this is an example of what you could make. I did mine with two colors, but you could do just one color if you prefer. So let's look inside of our bags and see what we have here. We first have a metal frame for your wreath. You have two different colors of crepe paper. We have gold and we have green. And then we have some wire and some tape to put everything together. So let's get started. We're gonna first open up our crepe paper. What we're gonna need to make our clovers is some crepe paper. We have our floral wire, our floral tape, and a good pair of scissors to cut everything, or you can also use some wire cutters if you have them to cut your the wire. I usually find it easiest to cut out my leaves in batches. So usually I just take my my crepe paper and I kind of fold it over to where a good size I think will be for it, and then I fold it over. I usually do 7 times because that should make 8 leaves if I am counting correctly. And then just to keep everything even, just cut it across like that, put that aside. And then you can decide what shape you want your leaves to be. You can either do a rounded shape, or you can do it with a heart. So I may try to do a heart, and mine are always uneven, so don't judge harshly. So this one ended up looking like that, kind of more like a chef's hat than anything. And then you're just gonna want to take your leaves, and you'll kind of want to fold them up like this. So just bend it like that, and you'll want to keep doing that for them. Okay, so I have all my leaves ready for the next step, which is going to involve the wire and then the tape. So you just want to cut yourself just a smaller piece of the wire. And then I usually just cut a small piece of the tape as well. You can also use it still on there, but it doesn't, we don't need that much of it. So to me, it's just easier. And then you just want to grab 4 of your leaves, because we are making 4-leaf clovers. And you'll just hold them together like this. You can add the stem to it, the wire stem. Well, this is always the tricky part, and half the time it works for me and half the time it doesn't, so just being honest here. Maybe you know a better way of wrapping this, but this is what I got. So we take our tape and we wrap around the bottom, and I just like to try to pull it tight if I can. Just go around. Okay, so we should have that. So I'm gonna work on adding this onto my wreath. I usually put it out just a little bit to give me some space, because I tend to wrap the wire around. You can also use the floral tape if you wish, but this is kind of my preferred method of it. And then once it's attached, I just kind of shove it down here and open up the leaves. Like so. So it's attached like that. And so you can work in your groups and just make the flowers and then, or the clovers, sorry, then add them or do it individually. I should have done the gold too, because if you notice, the gold has the shiny side and then it has the kind of the flat side. So when you're making your clover, you want to make sure that all the shiny sides are inside. So then when you open up the clover, the shiny part is out. So that is how you make the clovers for it. As you can see, I have a spot for one more of my clovers, so I'm just going to make that up and put it in, and then my wreath should be all set. I have to admit that it's gotten a little easier as I've progressed with this, as far as keeping the wires in. Finish this up. Okay, so that one is all set, and I'm just gonna pop it in here and wrap it around. And I don't know about you, but I have managed to catch the wire on some of the leaves, and they've broken. So I've had to redo a few things. That's the problem with using crepe paper, is it's a little more fragile than some other things. But there you can see everything is all filled in. I have a little bit of a pattern, so did some of that. And of course, obviously, you can choose how much green and gold to use for your preference. Thank you for joining us with today's take-home kit, paper clover wreath. I hope you had an enjoyable time, and this will decorate your door for St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully you'll join us for another take-home kit in the future. And if you want to send pictures of your creations, feel free to send them to info@qac.org. Thank you so much. Bye.